Jeparit, Rainbow Storm and finals footy time. The excitement machine of the Jeparit Rainbow Storm is big Peter Weir racing a gallop even with that hammy against Eden Apsley. And he's with us now. Peter, how are you?
Yeah, pretty well, thanks, Wayne. And I just got out of a slow jog last weekend, but it was great to get the result in a final, and it was great to see a big crowd there at Nuttymuck on Sunday, and see people back around final footy after a couple of years off it with the COVID.
Well, a great performance for you blokes. Commiserations for the Netty girls, Penny Fisher and her team, for gallant in defeat. So tell us about how the score unfolded there.
Yeah, unfortunately the girls let Narrabri Quantum get away to about a 10-goal lead, and they did a great job to get back into the contest, and unfortunately went down by 2 goals. It would have been great to see the girls win that final, but you can't help but say they had a really great season, and Riley Cox, who recovered from a knee injury, was best on court in that final, Flowman, so it's great that she's back to full fitness and had a great game in the final. All
right, but the excitement machine for the year, we're going to get to senior football in a moment, but I'm going to go to under-14 football, Weary, because these young lads, I've been behind them the whole time, and they've got up and won 6-1-37 to Pimpernio 2-6-18 in not too different a result in the way in which they've won it to when they beat Pimpernio back 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's great. The club and the community is getting around these boys, and why not? They're doing a great job, and it was terrific for them to get that result on Saturday morning at Edenhope and kickstart the weekend for the club. And it was a great performance, and Parker Gould played a great game at centre-half forward, and Lenny Weir up the other end didn't let much ball through, Flowman, and then Kane Batson, as we thought, might have got on the end of a few goals and helped the boys kick a winning score.
Oh, good on young Kane with 3. They tell me that Lenny Weir did a hanger, and he's only disappointed that there's no footage of it.
Yeah, I think he was just having one of those days, Flowman, when everything was going right, and to cap off his great performance across half-back, he took a pretty nice mark.
Well, what about young Bronte Everett? He was brilliant too. William Fisher, Dusty Eckerman and Caleb Tregenza, and Fisher added a goal with Parker. Ryder Gould also both kicking goals with Kane in his 3. Puts the boys into a massive game this week, which we'll have a look at in a moment. Let's go then to the other match in the 14s, where Rapania 4-2-26 beat Eden Apsley 2-2-14. A good win by the young Rupp kids, and that puts them into final against your blokes.
Yeah, I know Riley Downer won the league medal in the under-14s, and he's a standout player in the competition and obviously leads his Rapania side really well, so he'll be one to watch for our under-14 boys this weekend.
Okay, that's the 14s done, but what about the seniors? Oh, they came out and played a magnificent game, the Jeparit Rainbow Storm. They were magnificent from the first bounce, albeit that the inaccurate kicking from Eden Apsley must have helped. It was 14-4, 88 to 4-16-40 in a comprehensive win at Nuttymuck.
Yeah, it's great to get a good start in this game. We really started the game well in that first quarter and were able to hit the scoreboard early, and I felt we controlled the first quarter. No doubt the Edenhope team got on top in the second quarter, and they were just a little bit inaccurate in front of goal, albeit some of their shots at goal were from pretty tough angles, Flowman. But after half-time, I think we again took control of the game and had a really strong win where everyone contributed across the board, and we weren't relying on standout games from any individuals.
Yeah, good to see that you've got very good recruit in Tom Long playing some good football off his wing. Kerwood continues to be a leading goal kicker in the comp, that he is in the top 3. A 4-goal effort from off of his boot, and there's good efforts. Young Jacob Cox and Zachary Peach both booted 2, and those sorts of goals over the back that you got on the end of a few of them, I believe, and able to dish them off. And some of the lads were kicking them, and the boys from over there at the Saints didn't set up perhaps as well as they should have against your forward setup.
Yeah, we were able to get a few goals out the back in the third quarter, which is always good. Goals in finals are so hard to come by, and with forwards like Jay who don't miss, and then Zach getting out the back, it enabled us to help kick a score in that third quarter, and then we're always going to be able to hard to catch in the fourth quarter with a 6 or 7 goal lead.
Now, I tell you, Butler didn't kick any for them, which is... did he play in defence for a while?
Oh, he played a bit of both, Flowman. He's a match winner at either end of the ground, but yeah, he didn't have his best day at the office. But yeah, Simo always plays well on him, and yeah, he didn't get the opportunity that he can do, and luckily for us, because when he does, he's always dangerous.
Clago did play some pretty good footy through the year, and he was moved from the forward setup to the defensive unit again for the match. The other match between the massive Kangaroos side, 24-14 over the Swifts, 4-2. That is a demolition.
Yeah, real statement by the Harrow boys. They love their finals footy and they know what it's all about, and they obviously brought a game style that really works, and yeah, it was too much for the stall team. I think after half-time they really run away with it, and James Stouty up forward again kicked a bag of goals, so he's going to be one to watch, but they obviously got on top through the midfield. Will Plush is born for finals. He's got nice clean hands and stays over the footy, so he obviously played a great game, and yeah, unfortunately for the stall boys, they probably played their worst game for the season when it counted most, but they'll bounce back. They've always got good juniors coming through there, Flowman, and enough good senior players to see them back in the finals next year.
All right. Now, this week, let's have a look at it, and we start in the morning with the kids, the 14s. You've already made mention of this semi-final clash. It's the knockout Jeparit Rainbow play Rapanya at the Cameron Oval at Laharam. Has it dried out a little bit in the last couple of days, or is she just continuing to reign in the Grampians?
Oh, it's probably going to be a little bit wet down there, Flowman, but I think the weather's forecast to be perfect on Sunday, so there'll be no excuses, and the under-14 boys will get the first look at the ground, and they'll be excited to get down there, and I can't see why they can't continue this great run of form. The boys are keen. They're training really well. You can see they've all gone in for a fresh haircut, Flowman, so they're feeling good about themselves, and they're loving their footy, and I think, one each with Rapanya so far this season, so it's it's going to be a close game, and hopefully the boys can continue this great run.
Oh, fantastic. They beat Rupp the first game of the year. A pretty good win, 10-5 to 3-1. It didn't turn out quite as simple for them in the second one, because Rupp came back and had a very good game against them, and that was a telling win for Rapanya in the second match.
Yeah, I think I got to the second half of that match, and the Rapanya boys did kick away late in the game with a bit of a breeze. So the scoreline probably doesn't reflect how close it was all day, and I'd imagine in the final, where goals are that little bit harder to come by, Flowman, that the score won't be as great. But it should be an even contest, and let's just hope the Jeparit Rainbow boys are up when the siren goes. Yeah,
wet weather football is going to be important. Clean hands and making sure that the possessions that you get, you make the absolute most of them, because the football will be slowed down as the wet weather in that part of the world and the mud on the oval gets worse as the game progresses. In the morning, it'll be a great game of football with the Jeparit Rainbow boys playing Rapanya. The other match is Laharam and Canova in the 14s. This will be a good game. I think Laharam have got Canova measure, but gee, the Cougar boys have had a good season.
Yeah, both teams without any finals representation in the seniors will look to their under-14s for a bit of a boost, and yeah, should be a close game, but I might just go Canova in an upset.
17-year-old age bracket Pimpernel play Rapanya at Balmoral on the Saturday. This is going to be a big match of footy. Pimpernel might just start favourite here.
Yeah, I think the Pimpernel boys have been at top of the ladder all year, and I think they'll have a win and find themselves in a grand final.
Okay, the other match that's coming up in the 17s on the Sunday, and it's a semi-final knockout. The Swifts and Kalki. Will the Keys respond here and get home?
Well, the Keys knocked off the Nutty Muck boys on their home deck last Sunday, Flowman, but I think the Swifties will be a bit too good for them, and I'll back the Swifts to win the under-17s there.
All right, the twos run around on Saturday. Rupp and Narrabri Quantong, the qualifier, to see who goes straight to the grand final. Will Rupp get both sides in?
Oh, I think the Narrabri Quantong boys, obviously with the focus of the Rapanya team being the seniors this week, I think the Narrabri Quantong boys might end up stacking a few in the reserves, and they might upset the top of the ladder, Rapanya, and go straight through.
All right. Harrow Balmoral in the knockout against Kalki in the reserves on the Cameron Oval on Sunday.
Oh, I think Harrow have got too much depth. Kalki did a great job and won the reserves last week with a few blokes vying for a spot in their senior team this weekend, but I think the Harrow team will be too good in the reserves.
Okay, the big qualifier in league football. The seniors go out. Rapanya had a magnificent season. Musgrove has won the goal kicking, but Kalki have got Cooney up there too, so they've both got power forwards. They've both got really good midfields. It's at Balmoral. It'll be wet, so who's going to win the match?
Oh, it should be a great contest. I think Rapanyip only lost one game all year, and that was to Kalkee. So both teams deserve to finish where they do, and should be a great contest. Rapanyip couldn't go into it with any more confidence or any more form, and their coach has obviously led the way for them all season. I expect a big game out of him, but the problem with playing Kalkee is they just know how to win, and it doesn't matter who the opposition or what the conditions or what the weather. They always put in a great contest, and just their intensity, and they know how to win finals, and that starts at the top with Stewie Farr, who's got a fair cabinet of premiership cups, Flowman. So I think it'll be a great contest. I think you probably got to pick Rapanyip, but yeah, don't be surprised with that Kalkee team that they're not right there in the last few minutes to go and snatch an unlikely victory.
Okay, you blokes have got the massive game on the Sunday. She's going to be a really, really good hit out at Cameron Oval. And you take on the might of Harrow Balmoral, coming off a massive win last week. They've got some good forwards. They've got some good mids. They can defend well. How do you beat them?
Yeah, as you'd expect, when there's only 4 teams left in the comp, you're always going to play against really good opposition, and Harrow's going to be that for us on Sunday. We love playing against them. We've always had some good contests through the years, and I think it should be a great encounter. I think just as a side and a footy club, we've been in finals, and we've probably won finals we've been expected to win, but we haven't probably won one out of turn, and this is our chance this Sunday, Flowman, and I think we go in and as fit and as confident as we have been in a long time, and I'm just really looking forward to getting down to Laharam on Sunday and putting it out there and matching it right up with the Harrow boys and hoping to come away with a great finals victory.
Oh, it'll be a memorable one. It's been a massive season. Is your best side on the park? Any outs that you can think of, Peter?
There's only one change this weekend. Geordie Leach, who's desperately unlucky. He's been a great team player for us, did a great job coaching the twos and hasn't done anything wrong. But as we touched on earlier with the juniors, just those goals can be hard to come by. And Xavier Oakley's available this weekend. And he's just got that ability in a final to kick that goal from nowhere and get the team up and about. So for a little bit more scoreboard pressure, we've brought Xavier into the team. But yeah, Geordie Leach, very unlucky to miss out.
Absolutely. That's a big loss for you. Back in round 10. Harrow Balmoral 14.993 to Jeparit Rainbow 3.10.28, and that is the meeting that they might take some confidence out from their Harrow home ground, but it's on a neutral venue at Laharam, and it's going to be a big match of football. I'm looking forward to hearing the result of this one, Peter. I can't wait. All the best for the weekend.
No worries, Flowman. It's a great opportunity in front of us.